Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Commentary as Magic Stream on today, Sunday, August 18th. I am, as always, Grandpaws.
Big cheese.
A large amount of hissing and
Ivory Starlight with slightly less hissing.
what do you have to hiss about?
Yes? The brain melting you guys have put me through lately with all these technicalities and nonsense like that.
You mean rules changes?
Actually, I believe you'll find that none of those are very technical.
Yeah, totally not technical at all.
So today we're going to go over the rules changes and hope to clarify any confusion that anyone has, if there's any left.
So if you're weirded about this in chat, let us know.
And we have a great example of how Poppy works.
Technically, it's not.
Not
technical.
Poppy, sorry. Technically, it's not Poppy. It's actually Devil Babby.
Devil, yes.
Yes.
The other one.
Would have been so much
Cool.
easier to just ban her.
But we'll get. It really would have been.
Yes.
Okay,
Come on.
quick show of hands in chat. Who just wants to ban Devil Babby so you don't have to have pages and pages of examples of how she works?
All right, hold on. Let me log into my Twitch account.
You should be connected over IRC.
Fairy says no.
Or sorry, you should be
Werefrog
connected over
says
IRC.
no.
No, that's me as Commentary as Magic.
Hithrock says no. Let's print more cards like Flurry. Jeez.
Yeah, we can never reprint that wording.
Animoy says sure. I heard at least some support out there in chat. I'm pretty sure it's the majority that's supportive of the ban. So yeah,
We have enough sample size to logically conclude.
yes, clearly.
Okay.
Wow, that's a lot of opinions about Flurry Heart, and most of them are wrong. Don't ban the baby. Ban the baby.
Release me.
Stick.
Release me, that's amazing. Okay,
This is off to a fantastic start already.
so let's get into this. So, we managed to change, I believe, every single document?
And rewrite one of them, yeah.
Yeah. So, let's start with tournament floor rules.
AKA the big one.
Yep. So, just some minor changes to ordering and stuff. A kind of important one is added a section about tiebreakers to use during Swiss rounds. So this specifies what the preferred thing is to do. First, you split or you rank by basically how many games you won. So 3 points for a win, 1 for a tie, 0 for a loss. Then, if you have any ties there, you do tie breaking by opponent's match win percentage, which is explained in the document, but it's basically the same tiebreaker, first tiebreaker that Magic has. And it's basically for every game that you actually played against an opponent, that a player played against an opponent, you take all of their opponent scores, the minimum of, how many, like their...
You're going a little deep here.
That's fine. We can move on then. But yes, you can read for exactly how it works. And if you're doing a challenge thing, then you use modified Buchholz, and then ties against opponent.
And it lists exactly how you're supposed to do this.
Yeah.
Challenge doesn't have direct support for it. This is as close as you can get.
Yeah.
But hopefully the intention there, because that's what I think a lot of players may be confused about, is to have a tiebreaker system that is much more representative of what a competitive CCG should be. Is that correct?
Yeah. And importantly, to clarify that you should never use score as a tiebreaker, because that provides very weird incentives during the game based on tiebreakers. Like, you could even end up in a situation where you have positive tiebreakers, but you lost, like, you have a better tiebreaker than the person who won the game, because you could like jump to 14 points and then concede because you knew you were going to lose or something. Like, it messes with everything. It's just not a good system.
Okay.
So next thing, So fix some deck randomization issues.
Oh, this was funny.
It was just a funny thing where like you could ask for like during a game you could ask the judge to shuffle, and then it actually requires that the judge shuffle your deck too, even if it's not supposed to be shuffled.
Or your opponent's deck.
Yeah, and we also added a little more precision about how you need to shuffle. Like it explicitly makes it so you can't just like double nickel, do a pile shuffle and say, "Oh, it's shuffled." It's like no. It needs to be actually randomized.
Sufficiently randomized. Fortunately, the bag shuffle is still legal.
No bag shuffles.
Bag shuffles.
I'm gonna make you actually bag shuffle at Continentals.
I'm doing this at Babs.
No, you're doing it at Tighterfest.
The Werefrog asks what bag shuffling is. Ara, would you like to describe bag shuffling?
I would, in fact, like to describe bag shuffling. So the constraint here is that your deck must be sufficiently randomized, or at least the portions of it that you haven't like set cards on the top or bottom or whatever. So how we are going to do this is we're going to take all of our cards and put them in either top loaders or graded card sleeves, your preference, dump them into a bag, and to shuffle your deck, you merely just shake the bag around or like reach in and stir it a bit. When you draw a card, you just reach in and grab one.
Ask him how meticulous works. And
ask him
how
you do
time
deck ordering.
What you do there is you have to maintain two separate piles, which are the top and bottom of your deck.
That sounds terrible. Don't do this.
It does sound terrible.
The next thing is the big one, which is ban list.
Guess whose fault this was?
I don't know what you're talking about.
A mixture of all of us?
Yes.
So old money, interdimensional portal. Old money is banned in Harmony and Core. Interdimensional portal is just banned in Core.
And old money might not even be banned in Core for that long.
Yeah. As for the reasons why, I think it's pretty well described in the document. They were just too valuable, too good.
There are two very heartfelt explanations of why these cards are so problematic that they make the game unhappy to play.
Yeah, old money basically forced control decks into a particular direction because that card provided so much utility and so much value. It was very difficult to justify running another style of control when you could just do the portal strategy, which was already very powerful, and then also get some deck consistency off of it and hit any type of card.
Seriously, meticulous too. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And yes, Werefrog, it does fall off the ban list during the rotation.
What, interdimensional portal?
Yeah.
Yes. Interdimensional portal will no longer be banned in Core once it rotates out of Core. Technically correct.
Technically correct.
Technically, it will actually be banned in Core along with everything before Defenders of Equestria.
There is a difference between not legal and banned. That is technically correct.
Yes, technically.
Which is the best kind of correct.
Hithrock asks, will main 6 be banned
in
Core post-rotation?
Is it? Oh yeah, because it is banned in Core.
It is banned in Core, but it is not banned in Defender's block.
Yeah, so it will not naturally be unbanned, but we're always looking at the ban
Subject to reevaluation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't want main 6 to be legal in revised Core, now is a great time to start showing us why.
We will consider allowing hugs again.
Hugs.
Hugs.
Hugs. Okay.
Then the portal ban, which I think is a little bit more... I don't think anyone's really surprised to see this.
We had a lot of people request Portal, or just mention Portal being the card they were most looking forward to not being in Core anymore.
Yep.
Right behind Trading Traditions, so... That says something.
Yeah, it turns out that as good as old money was, removing her alone wasn't quite enough to deal with the most problematic Tempest white pink decks.
And much to my joy, the replacement is Queen Chrysalis Evil Twin. And then they're like, no. And then I was sad.
I mean, it still works, kind of.
Got it.
For the next month, it does.
The Werefrog asks why players hate on trading traditions, and the answer is because getting color entry as early as turn 1 with the Sequestria and Beyond mains is completely ridiculous and shuts off an important part of the game.
Have we mentioned that really cool thing that Pirate Booty can do where you end up with, what is it? It's like 9 tokens on turn 2 or something stupid like that?
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about the read the manual? And then...
Yeah.
Yes.
Getting like all the way into your color and your secondary color on turn 2 and then just being like, whoa!
Yeah.
Right. Or,
turn 2, 2 points, 9 AT. Like, what is that?
Yeah. Or, hey, I'm going to play a Factory Jack on turn 1, and then turn 2, I still have 4 AT, and now I'll play a Dr. Hooves, and I'll play a, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Here's another Factory Jack, and there's a Dr. Hooves, and now I'm going to start messing with the top of my deck.
And while I'm at it, here's a Paper Twy.
Oh, God.
Or, hey, who doesn't love Hot Wings that starts with Angel Wings into Angel Wings? Who cares what? They just played 2 Angel Wings.
I care what. It could be Jerkface.
It could be Jerkface. Angel Wings into Jerkface.
Oh, your
Angel
AT's
Wings
gone.
into Jerkface is reason enough alone to
It
hate on
is.
trading
It's
traditions.
so bad.
Angel Wings into Devil Babby. Also incredibly frustrating.
That's quite topical.
When is the card In Memoriam by Sim? Old money has no place in any of our hearts.
I don't know. She's
I'm definitely not lying right now. I'm definitely not holding back the tears.
You're holding back the tears a little bit, I think.
A little bit. It's okay.
No. Rip Portal. Mad to old money.
So we also made quite a few changes to the OCR. Visual card reference. Reaching back even to Premiere. We fixed Flurry Heart. We'll get to that in a bit because we also need to cover the rules changes before we explain that one. There were some minor duplicate card and minor wording bugs.
Yeah, one that's a little less minor is Blending In and Fluttershy Nurturing Nature have never said until the end of turn, so rules as written, you were contributing power to that problem continuously.
It was great.
Yeah.
Oops.
It was amazing.
No one played it like that, and then there's a case of Fluttershyitis and a bunch of rewording stuff so that they actually work, and rewording stuff so you can't steal your opponent's cards.
I don't even know if there's a way to do it, but there was with Umbrella Hat, yeah.
Yeah.
Stealing is wrong unless you're Queen Chrysalis.
Correct.
Then
we also defined what free means in the comprehensive rules, and therefore removed its incorrect applications from Premiere.
Yeah.
All of which were from Premiere.
Yep. So I'm going to skip this next example, and we're going to come back to it after we look at the comprehensive rules changes.
By the way, if anyone in chat has any questions about these rule changes or how they apply or why they were done or anything like that, this is a perfect time to ask. We are happy to clarify anything.
Yeah. So quite a few changes in comprehensive rules. As before, we define what free means. We actually defined who owns tokens that come into play. We fixed a fix to the 104.3 interaction
because someone found a way to break it anyway.
Yeah. So now it's actually fixed. Uniqueness violations involving problems, which can actually happen now in Friends Forever. We say what happens. I think this next one is when you're considered solving the problem until the end of the score phase. is that thing?
Yes, because there are certain situations in which you can stop a replacement of
Yeah.
a solved problem.
And then that card would be that problem would still be considered solved because of the way the wording. But now it ends at the end of the score phase.
This is actually the last one down there.
Oh, it is? Okay. Oh, then I don't remember what 522.3 is. Let's see. Yes, we finally defined how Evil Twin works. You, as people have been playing it, you just copy all the text of the card.
It would be good to have an example of that, but I don't think we're going to. I think it is important just to briefly mention that when Queen Chrysalis Evil Twin successfully banishes a friend, from that point forward, until something happens to her, she is considered to be that friend in every shape, form, instance, anything. Her printed information is even considered to be the friend that she successfully banished.
Yep.
Including cost.
Yep. So a great way, to actually represent this is to take the card that you banished and place it over her, because it is basically equivalent.
Just don't forget to put that to the banish zone again when she leaves play.
Yep. The next
I believe
one.
you mean if she leaves play.
Yeah. The next one is a super technicality around like some matching wording for when you play this card. It wasn't plays. It's super technical. Or super pedantic. Yes, we finally added rules for what it means to exchange control with Old Switcheroo. And was there anything else that changes control? Or exchanges control?
Yes. This was Miss Maine's flower.
Yes, Miss Maine's flower. And the important parts here is that you must have two cards to be able to exchange control. You can't exchange your card with nothingness or exchange nothingness with your card. Or exchange another card with your nothingness is what I meant.
Right.
And then it is a continuous modifier, and so when that exchange wears off, that switch stops applying, but any other changes of control, if they still exist, would continue to apply. It doesn't actually set control back.
I can't remember if Miyamori Cadenza uses exchange.
The Troublemaker?
This card is sent to that controller's home and they gain control of it. No, that does not use the language exchange. What we are talking about is the two specific cards that actually say exchange on them currently.
Yeah. So we clarified an interaction between Meadowworks Mask, which says in opposing main character can't be involved in a face-off.
No, just all main characters can't be involved in face-offs.
Main characters can't be involved in face-offs. And cards like Staff of Zakonis and although I don't think any of the showdowns are relevant, but showdowns. Which is basically that if you have a face-off between two characters and it does not happen at a location, so that means that it is not a troublemaker face-off, a problem face-off, or group showdowns, or there might be a few other cases where you can have a problem face-off at a location. And one of those characters can't be involved in face-off, then the face-off doesn't even start.
Right. Note that that does not mean that you can't use staff. You can still use staff if your opponent has a Meadowbrooks Mask out, or you have a Meadowbrooks Mask. It just isn't going to do anything.
Yeah.
So don't get caught by that.
So
the one other card I can think of besides staff that would cause this to happen would be Tough Questions.
What does Tough Questions say?
You start a face-off between one of your characters and an opposing character or a troublemaker.
Okay. Yeah. So we clarified Flurry Heart and Party Bear. I'm going to go into deep explanation of that after we finish with the comp rules. let's see. If a main is at a problem and staff is used, isn't that a face-off at the problem? No. Stick face-offs never, like, even if the main and the character you are targeting are at a problem, at the same problem, even then it is not a face-off at that problem. The comp rules clarify exactly what it means to occur at a problem.
Right. If the conditions of the face-off require all of the cards to be at a particular location, then the face-off is considered to take place at that location. But if the face-off does not make that mandatory, then it is not location restricted.
Yeah. So we defined random selection to be basically anytime the game tells you to do something randomly. So it's first the game has to tell you to do it.
You can't just pinky pie it up and be like, well, random.
And
the example you gave was rolling 2d6.
Yeah. Well, that's the second part. So there's no set limit on the, or there's no like, you don't have to have at least two things. There can be any number of things that you're choosing between. And then it must be an agreed upon uniform random method of selecting it. So that means that you can't just roll 2 dice and pick, because that's not uniform. That is actually approximately a normal distribution.
Yes, if you get enough d6 involved, it trends to a normal distribution. But it's not, because you have a much higher chance of rolling 7s than you do 2s or 12s.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone who complained about confront to flip mains, let's take a look at this main from Premiere. You thought your confront to flip condition was bad.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
That seems bad.
That card is so terrible.
Yes, it is. It literally just has 2 keywords on its boosted side, and neither of them are that good.
Random and eccentric one.
Yep.
Yes.
But she is not a random choice. And the update clarifies that.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then determining who goes first now is worded in terms of this new rules here. And then the last bit was mistake that up above was that problems are considered solved until the end of the score phase. Correct. Random is not random. Also, flipping a card is not random.
Yeah.
Flip a random card. What does that mean? Like, here's a card I found?
Shuffle my deck.
Yeah.
Flip it. Okay.
Hold on. All right.
Is that the bag shuffle?
That's the bag shuffle.
Okay. So now we're going to go into exactly how Flurry Heart works.
Oh god, here we go.
So here's the example. You have 3 Flurry Hearts at home.
God, why?
You've got a Poppy. You've got 2 Party Mares?
Yes.
Yes. First of all, you are a terrible person. Why did you do this? But we can tell you how it resolves. So, the turn starts. There's some triggers. 2 triggers, in fact.
Plus your opponent.
If your opponent your opponent's just triggered in general?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, your opponent is just
Lose all
triggered
your
in
action tokens.
Okay. So, you got 2 party mare triggers to trigger, or triggers to process. The first one, you order them how you like, doesn't actually matter, resolves. Importantly, this one, because party mare is at a problem, this one does not, you can't shortcut this. You can't just roll a d4 and pick. You must roll a d2 or equivalent, even odd, and choose where that one will go.
You'd want to do that anyway, because you have a C poppy in play. So the more random selections you can make, the better.
Yes. So you roll that, and let's say that she ends up at the same location. You may or may not have guessed poppy right. Cool. So she attempted to move, but she did not actually move. This is still considered the first time a character would have been moved. Because a character would have been moved if a card or if something the game instructs you to move a character. So the next one moves. That one is not affected by Babby.
Right. Because all flurry hearts only relate to the first movement of the turn, correct?
Yep.
Or the first attempted movement of the turn, rather.
Yeah. So on your next turn, so let's just say both of them failed and it didn't move. On your next turn, you pick a party mare and attempt to move it, and you roll for the other problem. Cool. So now you have a party mare that's about to move to tough call. However, all three...
Now, the wrath of the Devil Babby kicks in.
All three Devil Babbies observe that this movement is about to happen, and their replacement modifiers kick in. And you process them one at a time. So you roll the first one. If it succeeds, Party Mare now clarifies that the replacement is still considered the first move. So let's say the first one fails. It sends it to the same location or to its opponent's home. Then the next one attempts to resolve. And let's say that one succeeds and sends it to the...
Hold on. Let's back up here. The first flurry heart...
Oh, yeah, no, sorry. The first one needs to succeed. Sorry, I had it backwards. Okay, yes.
There we go.
The first one succeeds and sends it to...
Your home, for example.
To home. Then the second one chooses either your home or your opponent's home and fails. A thing that cannot happen can't be replaced. And you cannot move a character to the location that it's currently at. Thus, the third one is not able to replace. It tries to, but it can't. And so then the third one doesn't, you don't roll for that one.
Right. The long and short of this is that Flurry Heart has worked as she has been ruled for some time in almost every situation, except for the fact that if Party Mare is at a problem, you cannot shortcut it. And now the reasoning why Flurry Heart works is baked into the comprehensive rules and the OCR.
Yep.
Consistency.
Yes. The Werefrog asks, does the Party Mare go home in that case or stay put? Okay, so Party Mare rolls and through her own ability would move. The first Flurry Heart replaces, and through that replacement would still move to a legal location. The second Flurry Heart replaces and would choose an illegal location, either Party Mare's current location or your opponent's home.
Yes, I think I said that wrong. I said if it chose home, no, because she hasn't actually moved yet. If the second one would send her to her current location, then she would stay at her current location. The only way that she actually moves is if all three Flurry Hearts succeed.
Right.
So the more Flurry Hearts you have, the less chance of her actually moving there is.
Right. And keep in mind, while that's bad for Party Mare, it's even better against your opponent, because it's going to make their cards much harder to move. Fairy Cards asks, so if the first Devil Babby fails to move a card, then all Devil Babbies fail to activate. It is not that they failed, it's that they tried and the location that was selected was not possible to move the character, but the first move is still considered consumed for the turn, basically.
Yeah. The important rule here is that occurrences that can't happen can't be replaced. And sorry, you can go.
So if you can't move to a place, you can't further replace that.
Right.
Werefrog also asked earlier, what about Ever Vigilant? There is a rule 506.6 where if a player is instructed to move multiple cards, each one is moved one at a time, and each move is a separate occurrence. So you will attempt to move 2 characters. One of them will get Devil Babby, the other one will go through. You have to choose which one is going to be moved first.
Right. There's not a priority window between those moves, but they do still happen one at a time.
There is an ordering, yes.
Right.
And that was clear as mud, right? Okay, good.
Yep.
How long did it take us to figure this mess out? Like, we were sitting...
2 days.
2 days, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So, more than once, yes, it did come up. Can we just ban Flurry Heart already?
3 or 4 times, to be exact.
Yeah, this was a long conversation. The Werefrog asks, a Flurry Heart, all or none remaining don't trigger for second move. That's correct. Flurry Heart only messes with the first time a character would be moved. And whatever Flurry Heart does to that character, it is still considered the first time that character would have been moved.
Yeah.
Okay.
For more information on this, please reach out to L8 Pages.
I don't think it's L8.
I thought it was an I.
It's an I.
It's I.
I8 Pages.
Should talk to Pages or Richard or one of the other terrible people who runs the Poppy deck in competitive environments.
It looks like an L.
It's because it's capitalized.
Who uses a capital I that doesn't have crossbars?
Get a font that doesn't
serifs?
suck. They're called serifs. Get a font that doesn't suck.
Okay. We have one more document that we updated.
Oh boy!
Which is the limited rules.
Woo! Actually, this one's fun.
This one is fun because this needed a very severe and heavy-handed rewrite. Yeah.
So,
what is
improved the quality and yeah, we changed the suggested provided cards, or the cards that you can stick in there no matter what, for different formats. And we added Team Sealed as an official format.
Sorry to all of you, but Headband is still not an official format.
Nope.
What about Sequestria Block Popper?
Yes.
Wait,
Well,
no, Sequestria's not a block anymore.
Popper?
Popper. I have to do Popper.
Is
All right,
Popper
let us know if you want to add Popper to format.
Yeah, I don't think it actually is a defined format.
Okay, now I would like to
We
bring
also need
up
Nightmare.
my regret, which is they didn't allow me to add hissings as a penalty in the tournament floor rules.
We debated it. Hithrock says Sphinx format when.
What does that even mean? Can we have
All
a Sphinx?
Sphinxes-
Can we have a Sphinx villain challenge?
No.
That would
sounds
you know
amazing.
what? Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
No. Fine.
And she has to run 6 Sphinxes.
The Sphinx Villain Challenge is everyone
you
runs
have
the
them.
Sphinx Bane against GP, and he has to survive.
This isn't fair. Ara got the character he liked as a villain challenge. Why do I have to get the one I hate?
All right.
Yeah, but he had to
So
play
the
against
character-
a deck that only had Thorax as a friend.
That was amazing, admittedly. That was a
That
really
was
good
cursed,
troll.
right?
That was one of the
That
best
was-
trolls.
That was a beautiful, delicious piece of bad mannering.
Yeah.
I hiss heartily at his traitorousness.
Yeah, it was good. The Werefrog asked
Trixie
if we could
can't
get
be
a
a villain.
higher-
She was redeemed.
hired format. If you mean a Hydra format, then there are several that already exist for that. Sisterhood Social and Manticore have both been, or I'm sorry, not Manticore, Chimera are fan favorites, but they are not intended
So-
for.
Luna was never a villain. Nightmare Moon was. And Nightmare Moon was never redeemed. Nightmare Moon was destroyed.
We're claiming those are different ponies, right?
Yes, they are different ponies.
I don't believe you.
They are.
I don't believe you.
Okay, before we go down the villain challenge rabbit hole, which we'll have to do eventually because clearly people still like that.
Well, no. Okay, so what's your villain challenge, GP? What do you got here?
Fluttershy?
What do I want as my villain challenge?
Yes.
I don't even know. I haven't
What,
even thought about it.
Villain challenge Cozy Glow?
I mean, villain challenge Cozy Glow would be amusing, and we toyed around with Lord Tyrek. Pony of Shadows would be entertaining if it was anything more than that one season finale. Discord is just completely random.
But he got
It's-
redeemed.
No, hold on.
Villain challenge Nyx.
Yes! Yes!
No.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely not.
If anyone wants villain challenge Nyx, tweet at us, and I'll make them read them, and then they'll be more likely to do it.
Totally.
I think you're going to make me less likely to do it.
VC last sentence. Do it.
No.
Past sentence.
Absolutely not. 6 different
Alright.
flavors of no.
So, I think we have some other new stuff to discuss.
Aloe villain challenge. There you go.
Fine.
White.
I'll make her colorless.
It's
I'll
gonna-
prove it.
It's gonna be.
She'll be dual color. Both of them are colorless.
No,
All right.
we're gonna probably.
Yeah. We'll have to return villain challenge someday, and I'm sure we will. But for now, we've had other design and kept the community busy.
What, like a new set or something?
Something like that.
Oh, hey, look, it's Luna. Wait, didn't people already see this one? Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go over some of the spoilers that have been seen already.
Spoiler recap time.
Yeah.
Ivory,
Yes.
give us your thoughts on this card.
The art is 10 out of 10. And also talented. Because more snacks are always better. Play an event. Hey look, the event's yellow. I get another snack.
Yeah, this was too good for art. This is amazing. In fact, it's not the only card that we've seen spoiled so far from that episode.
It is not.
This one was spoiled at BronyCon earlier this year, I believe.
Foul play?
Yes.
That was BronyCon's spoiler.
There's
So-
one of those out there in the wild somewhere.
Nice. Yeah, talented is one of the new keywords from...
It's not a keyword.
Sorry, key phrase from set 11. And it'll be interesting to see how it can be used in whatever other colors it appears in. If it appears in other colors. I hope it appears in other colors.
Hint.
No, only yellow gets it. No one else can have it.
Wait, no, that would be pretty cool. Okay. Next card.
What else we got?
Overdue library book. I like this card. I want to play 3 mimics
Hey, this isn't a playtest proxy this time.
at the same
No.
time.
Why not have 3 of these in play, and then you can play the Tempest friend that makes copies of Troublemakers and have 6 mimics.
The Tempest
5.
Friend only makes one copy of Troublemakers. You can just uncover a changeling drone, I think is what it is. Or what
Put a
is
copy
it?
of this at each. There's some
Yeah.
bot card. Or
Yes, that thing.
troublemaker
No.
that does.
That doesn't get you enough mimics, though. Like, I want 2 mimics, at least, for everything.
Swarm? It might be Swarm. I can't remember.
Yeah,
That
No-
thing.
No one remembers that card, other than if there's changelings on it.
pretty much. But yeah, gives you a nice little benefit, and it is dilemmas are basically the most difficult card to interact with. The only way to do it is to either double confront it away, or in core, I think your only option is
Still got bait and
T-
switch.
Bait and switch
yeah,
and T
bait
with
and
Discord both
switch,
work.
Yeah. So there's a few ways to get rid of them, but pretty hard. But it's not ridiculously powerful. Like, it's a meticulous one.
Yeah. It's probably also worth noting that this is the first time we've seen a keyword appear on a non-character card.
Maybe?
Possibly not true.
Okay.
Because there are ways to get diligent onto troublemakers.
No, like
There's
printed.
vexing on resources.
That's true.
Yes,
You're
vexing
right.
on resources. Okay.
You're right. This is the first time we've seen meticulous on a non-character card.
Yeah.
Yeah, resources did have keywords. Hithrock's correct. It could also grant keywords to cards like cheese shoes.
Oh, there we go. A stubborn problem.
Oh,
There's a problem
that's
that says stubborn on it.
interesting.
Now we're just going to make a problem stubborn.
Okay,
Yeah, let's do that.
next card. Crown of the Sibling Supreme.
I think this one popped up on Cloud Chaser and Flitter Explain.
Yeah. They both tried to spoil the same card.
It was hilarious. There was much bickering.
But which was victorious?
We have confirmation of this card's rarity now.
Us. We are the ones who are victorious.
This is one of my favorite cards flavor-wise. This card is so cool.
Yeah, it is. And
What was the conversation you were having earlier about using this in conjunction with like Lead Pony Badge and Weather Leader and
ridiculousness. Yeah, and the reason that's interesting is because its immediate is not when you win a face-off, because that would be a trigger, not an immediate. It is if you want to face off this turn. So you could just repeatedly do that. I mean, it costs you 1 for each time, but you could win a single face off and then just like ready it a bunch of times.
be kind of fun.
That's some like advanced combo shenanigans there.
Yeah. I could get down with that.
It'd be interesting to see how this card is played, because I could see it in aggro.
Win face off,
seems
sack 3 Heart's Desires.
so dangerous, but doable.
It depends, right? If you have a way to almost guarantee a face-off win every turn, then this is pretty good. And Staff is a pretty good way to do that.
Yeah. You just never want to lose a face-off.
Hithrock says you can also play What's Old is New again and wait. Correct. Can't do that anymore.
Womp.
All right, what else have we seen?
Into the Stream of Silence.
I forget where this one showed up.
What? That is not the one. That is not the one. Haha.
Oh, whoops.
I think you uploaded the wrong one.
No. This is the correct one, clearly.
Trolled. My bad.
Yeah, you're bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually didn't mean to do that.
This is just Aura trolling everyone here.
I love how you even added like a comp rules citation to it.
I don't think you can print comp rules on cards. I don't think that's how that works.
It's not a full rule, it's just a citation.
It is just a citation. I don't see the problem here. Yeah, the second ability there is obviously not on the real card.
There we
There, I
go.
fixed it.
Yeah,
I also think
yeah,
her flavor
it-
text does not contain drops mic, but
Correct.
It does not contain the words drops mic, but it probably should.
So anyway, about what this card does. It disables everything there except for problems. Characters, resources, troublemakers.
And there have been a lot of questions that have come up about using this in conjunction with face down troublemakers. And if you play this card before a troublemaker uncovers, the troublemaker will be subject to this card's modifier. So that means that if the troublemaker has the villain keyword, for instance, it will not frighten friends at that location when it is uncovered in the same turn. Or, I'm sorry, turned face up. Epic is trait and therefore is not affected by this card. Yeah, abilities are printed in the text box of a card. Traits are printed up by the card type itself at kind of the center dividing part.
With that one
Like-
lovely exception from Premier Era mains where the home limit is part of the game text for
Yes.
some reason.
Oops.
That's great.
Oops.
Hithrock says he wants cards that remove traits.
Oh, so I'm hearing a
Uh,
Starlight of some kind. Back when she was evil.
Do we not have that anywhere?
We have cards that grant traits.
Yeah, I don't think we have anything that removes traits.
Yeah, that's a neat idea.
So we're going to visit our town.
Yes.
In our town.
Next card.
The Werthog is correct. Removes your home limit.
Wing socks.
Yeah,
not
that's
the name of
exactly
this
what it's
card.
called.
That is not the name of this card.
I love this art so much.
I still haven't even seen this episode.
It's so good.
What is wrong? What do you mean you haven't seen it?
It's
I'm
an hour long.
behind.
It's a special. You make a movie night out of it.
I'm so far behind.
Yes. Come on.
When will it be on iTunes or somewhere else to not violate copyright? Good question. Not our department.
Above my pay grade.
Far above my pay grade.
I am intrigued by the possibility of copying this card with Stygian and having like 8 wing blings on my main.
See, that would be interesting.
Staff Sacanas,
You-
draw 8 cards.
You just want an excuse to sit there and be like, my wings are so pretty.
Let's fly to the castle!
Are you a princess too?
I love it when you brush my hair.
Hey.
What? That was another thing she said.
Was it?
Yes.
Yes, that was the thing the toy said.
Ah, okay. I thought that was the Chrysalis one. That was
Before
brush
she,
my hair, my minions.
Brush your hair, minion.
Before
Yes,
she got
exactly.
yeeted into the fireplace. What was it? No, into the castle. Yeah.
Yes. She flew to the castle real fast. There are requests in chat to give promo art of this card with rarity from the best flyer competition and Starlight with wings. Everyone gets wings.
So we already have a card with that art on it.
No. M.A. Larson is not going to be a card.
We should have M.A. Larson sign this card.
Should take a picture of M.A. Larson and see if we can get him put on a card.
There you go. We do have Alicorn costume, but that's Discord. That's not M.A. Larson. This is Larson.
Larson needs an OC.
It's just a Sharpie.
Does the random one that BronyCon did for him a while back count?
No, it's an animate Sharpie that's made out of more Sharpies.
Nice. M.A. Larson signed my pie.
That did happen.
I still have it.
So we're all done with the spoilers?
Nope.
We're not?
Nope.
Oh,
Sharpie Golem. There we go.
okay.
Who wants more spoilers?
Too late. I already
Nope.
clicked it.
Wrap it up. We're done here. Get off my lawn!
Moody Root. Who wants you to get off his lawn?
No, he wants you to get off his lawn. There's an exclamation point there at the end.
But it would be fine if you just said hi.
Alright, what are we looking at here?
It's stubborn and exhausts an opposing character at main phase speed.
Here.
Here, yes.
So it is location restricted.
I would like you to not be confronting right now. Thanks.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to force the opponent to start a face-off.
Mm-hmm. You can confront to prevent that, but your character is still confronting. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
In combination with something else that exhausts preferably an immediate speed and is not stubborn, could be fun. Let's play ping pong.
You talking about doing this with Silverstream?
Yeah,
Doing
that would
Silverstream
be-
Orange? Don't do
Hawk.
it!
Even
Hawk.
worse.
Don't do it!
Hog,
This goes so well with it, though.
Dumb.
hog.
There's nothing dumb about it. It's actually
Herk.
kind of perfect.
I mean, it does kind of work well. I mean, the one thing to consider here is that it's good to see an example of how exhaust that only lasts for a turn can still be useful and not just feel like trash when you play it.
I mean, this is also perfectly fine with some breakdowns. Whatever.
Oh, sure. But that's relegated to Harmony shenanigans after
Soon.
this set. Yes,
Yeah.
very soon. But that will be a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, now
So-
we're done.
So we're done with spoilers. Okay.
Okay.
But wait!
There's
Billy May is
more.
here.
Aw, she's so sad.
I'm just a little lustful pony looking for help. She was so terrible.
She is evil.
Was! Still is.
I don't think Cheese has seen this episode either.
Yeah.
No.
I would
okay.
hope he has.
How-
There's a song from this episode.
This is
Yeah.
required viewing. It is objectively the best episode.
This is also where a great reaction gif comes from.
True.
The air quotes.
Yes. The air quotes. Werefrog, note that this cannot just stop a confront because the ability can only be used during a face-off. It also exhausts the troublemaker.
Which can be bad. So you generally only want to use it on your opponent's turn after their troublemaker phase, but
She's going to be really annoying.
you can start a face-off in between confront steps if you try hard enough.
I mean,
This
he's
is
not
true.
wrong. It would be much easier with Portal.
Yeah.
And this is an essay on why we're not allowed to have nice things.
Is there
Right.
even a way to do that in New
Yeah.
Core?
Yeah, you just... Oh, in
Kill-
Nucor?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
You need immediate speed because you lose Discord.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
There's probably something you can do.
I mean,
Yeah,
you can
that's-
always give your friends hasty. Do we still have that in
No.
Core? We don't have any of that?
No.
That was Philly's second.
Well,
She
no,
gone.
there was also a blue event.
Yes, Under the Wire. That was...
That also gone.
That's High
Yeah,
Magic.
Yeah, they're both gone.
Yeah. Well,
So even though Cozy Glow makes herself vulnerable by exhausting during the face-off, if she gets defeated, it's not the end of the world, because she's not worth any points. And worst case scenario...
What maniac would hit a poor little lost pony just looking for help?
Daybreaker?
exactly. I mean, sure, he would.
Yeah, Daybreaker would.
Yeah,
We get it.
don't
You're
get me wrong.
sad.
We get it. You're sad.
Nice. Okay. We done with spoilers now?
Yep.
Sombra. Sombra's gone. Sombra got dusted.
He dead.
He dead, yo. Anyway, there's a look at a couple other cards from the upcoming set 11, and that will about wrap up our discussion on all these rules and all these devil babbies for today. Why did you make the example with 3 devil babbies? You did that on purpose.
Because you needed to handle the case of pass, fail.
It's actually necessary. Yes.
Sorry, pass, fail, fail. Wait, no, just, yeah, pass, fail.
Yes.
Third.
Yes, pass, fail, fail. That's fair.
Pass, fail, ignored.
Yeah.
Pass, fail, ignore.
Yeah. Well, we would like to give a big shout out to all of our patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your regular support. If you aren't currently a patron and you enjoy what we do, please consider donating. Doing so does enable us to continue making content like this. If you have comments or questions you'd like to send our way, or if you're just interested in hearing about what we're working on for the future, there are many ways you can stay in contact. We have our Patreon, as mentioned previously, but you can also reach us through our Facebook, Twitter, and email. And patrons at or above the $5 per month level also get access to our Slack channel, where you can chat live with us any day, anytime. Especially now that WoW Classic is coming out, because I'm going to be up way too late. If you are looking to watch any of our previous videos, including tournament recordings, you can find them on our YouTube channel linked in the sidebar. And please, make sure to head over there and subscribe so we can have a channel URL that is a little easier to remember. With all that said, thank you to each and every one of our viewers, both here now and watching this recording later. We are, as always, Commentary is Magic, and as always, Grand Paws.
Big Cheese.
Arcat and
Ivory Starlight.
And we will see you all next time.
Bye.
Go to Ciderfest.
Yeah,
Continentals.
Ciderfest. Anyway, go to Ciderfest. Yeah.
Anyway, go to Ciderfest.
Okay.